H2K Infosys provides world-class online IT training, staffing, and software testing solutions to customers worldwide. H2K Infosys, how we are different from our competitors. 100% job-oriented training, hands-on project work, cloud test lab, resume preparation and review, mock interviews, robust syllabus, one-time fee and lifetime access to classes, access to recorded sessions of live classes. H2K Infosys has won the trust of thousands of students worldwide. For a free demo class, visit us at h2kinfosys.com.
Before I start with this, let me give an introduction frame. If you remember, during the demo and during the first session, we were discussing about components of Selenium. At that time, we discussed three components: Selenium IDE, Selenium RC or Selenium WebDriver, and then Selenium Grid. Okay, it's one of the Selenium component. And as I said, this is not a tool, it is a concept. It is a concept to execute multiple scripts on multiple machines. Okay. By this time I would have started this virtual machine. See, here I have a virtual machine. Let me start meanwhile. So here it means we can execute a single script on different varieties of the versions, flavors of the machine. Say for example, we built a single script and we can make use of the say we wrote a say for example eBay login, eBay script. Okay. Say here I want to execute this eBay script. Let me start this. And even if you observe here, BlackBerry 10 device simulator. Actually, this is for my office purpose. Actually, we wrote Selenium scripts to test on the BlackBerry device. I wanted to show it, but it's going to take a lot of time and opening and all. Probably by next class I will see. And it needs so many prerequisites that to open all these prerequisites itself it will take 10 to 15 minutes. We'll see in the next session. As of now, we'll go with this. Yep. So, what I'm saying here, we can test on Windows 7, say plus Firefox 28th version. Okay, and even I want to make sure that my application is working on Windows 7 plus Firefox 25th version. So here, probably we need to have multiple machines to test this, not only and say test on Linux. Okay, say Linux with say Opera. So these things we have a single script, we can make it execute on different combinations here. All these things, what we basically need, we need the infrastructure. Okay, of course, if you want to execute on Linux, we need to have Linux, right? So, however, as of now, in today's session, I will try to execute a single script on Windows 7 with Firefox 28. Actually, the Firefox, whatever I have, I think it is version. Let's see here, this is the 28th version. Okay, and here in this particular machine, this is a Windows 7. Here I probably think it has a Windows 25. Sorry, Firefox 25. So, however, we are trying to execute a single script on multiple machines. Okay, that can be possible here in Selenium Grid. Okay, so the first step that we have to do here, there is a Selenium server jar file. Let me give a link. Yeah, here Selenium server, do this particular file. Okay, download this particular file. So basically this is a Selenium server. Okay, once you download this, you first download this particular thing. Here in my machine it's already downloaded. It is somewhere here I have a 2.39.0, so I will make use of this Selenium server. Okay, so let me copy this. So first download this particular Selenium server from the Selenium site. Go to download and Selenium server, download this. Okay. The second thing is we have to create a hub, and I know all this terminology makes a bit kind of confusion and makes a bit scary. Okay, even when I was learning Selenium grid, when I was looking at this terminology, I feel I thought it is going to be more complex, but it's not really. See here. First, it's a hub. Hub means it's a kind of a central point. Only the terminology will make scary, but it's not really. Hub means it's a central point where it will show all the configurations available for Selenium scripts. Okay, let me show what I'm talking about. To establish the hub, to create a hub, we have to open the command prompt. Okay, and we have to navigate to this particular folder. Okay, how to navigate here in command prompt? cd space this one. Okay, so I can do this.
Hi Kumar.
Yes.
Kumar, sorry to disturb you. I am not able to see your screen. Are you open command prompt?
Yes.
Yeah, just now I can. Yeah, thank you.
What about this? Is it in sync for you? What about others? Okay, yeah, it seems for others it's good. Yeah. See here, here I have to execute this command. I mean, basically I need to, this is a jar file. We have to execute this jar file. So here the command is java-jar, and we have to give the this name, and then we have to give the role, what exactly you wanted to use. So this is the command, java-jar. To execute a jar file, generally this is the command. So let me right click and let me paste. So java-jar, and we have to give the Selenium this particular file name, and make sure that you have used .jar. Okay, generally we forget. Make sure that you have used jar over here. Okay, the file name .jar and -role hub. Okay, so which basically by using this line, it creates a hub. Okay, by using this one, we create a hub. Since it got stuck. Okay, we'll wait for a while. Now it is coming up here. It is saying launching a Selenium grid server. So it's like we are starting a server. Okay, let it just minimize this. Okay. Now the next step is if we want to look at the hub. Actually, this is a kind of a backbone of the hub. Now, if you want to really look at the how a hub looks like, now here go to the browser and say here localhost. You have to say this statement. If you open this, it will show a hub kind. Let me include this statement here. Hub here. By using this URL, we can observe the hub. We can look at the hub. Okay. So after we start the hub, actually after we start the server for the web hub, open this particular URL here. It will show some set of options. So there is a console option. But as of now, we just created a hub. It's a hub means it's a kind of a router. Let me say in our home we have a router. For that router, we can connect from our PC. Or we can connect through a mobile device, right? So it's a similar concept. So now just we created a router. Just make you understand, I'm using this terminology. It's not exactly okay. So we have just a router, but we did not connect a PC or we did not connect a mobile device to the router. We just have a router. That's it. Now we'll discuss about how to connect, how to link the machine. Say I have created a hub. Say here now we have two machines. One is our local machine. This is the machine where we have opened Excel. The other machine is this. Okay, this is a virtual machine. So now we have two machines. So it means like we have a router, and for that router we want to connect from two different machines. We wanted to connect to the router. I mean hub. Okay. Now here. For that, see here I'm again opening a command prompt, and here for that it's like here in Selenium we call it as a node. Okay, the terminology here it is node. Okay, as I said, no, you can treat it as a mobile device or a system or a laptop in your home, and you are connecting to your router. Okay, so this is the router. Okay, to observe the router, this is the link. And say this is a mobile device, so I'm connecting from this mobile device to the router. Okay, and here this is the command which makes this local machine. If you open this command and again go to the same place, I mean first of all this is again go to the same place where we have this file Selenium server. Here we have to say cd/cd. And location. Now here before that let me explain what it is doing. Okay, let me explain here itself. Well, this looks like a bigger command but not really. Give a minute. See here we are creating a role WebDriver, and here a browser. We are giving the type of the browser. What is the browser? And here we have to give the browser name. Okay, and version of the browser. Maximum instances. How many maximum instances that we can open in a particular machine? Okay, we are saying one. Okay, what is the platform that we are executing? What is the hub host, local host? It's like giving a hub host in the sense where we have our what we say hub. Where is our hub? I'm saying local host. Basically here the node is here in the local host. I mean local host in the sense my local machine, my machine. Okay, so the hub is created here in my local machine, and as well as the node is also in the same machine. Okay, so I'm saying hub host is local host means the same machine, and port from which port I have to connect. This is the port. Okay, see here I gave the browser name and version of the browser, and say browser name is Firefox and version is 28. Why I am mentioning 28? Here in my local machine, the version of this Firefox browser is 28. So first of all, I'm creating a node, but I'm giving all this information over here. Okay. Now let me go here. Now let me just hit enter. Okay. Now it is basically see here it is saying adding browser name Firefox. It is adding to the hub. Okay. It will take some time, half a minute. After that, if you go to this local host and if you refresh here, you can find one information here. You can see a Firefox logo, and you can see a kind of one of the here. Can you observe here? Now it is showing the driver V280, and here you can see a Firefox. It means here first we initially, this is the first one is for the Selenium hub. This is the hub command prompt. First we have created the hub, and after that in the same machine we have created the node. Okay. So now because of this, here you can see multiple browsers. This one. So for example, if I close this one, so I'm just closing this, and if I go and if I refresh this, this has to be vanished again. Why is it not refreshing? Let me click on something now. See here, it is saying fail to check status of node. Can you observe here? It is showing over there in the grid, but if you observe here in the hub level, it is saying fail to check the status of the node. Connection refused. Connect. It is trying to connect basically. Okay. Probably after some time, it will realize that it is not there, so it is going to be it is going to be vanished here. I hope you are following what I am saying. I have closed the node. So what it is trying to do, it is trying to connect to the node here in the server. Okay, it will give it a try, and after that it is going to be vanished here. As of now, here it is showing, and of course here it is saying unknown version connection refused. Here it is showing some kind of message, of course. Okay. Now if you open command prompt, and if I again open this node, so let me mention cd space. Okay, and if I go here, now we are executing this, right? Again it is saying adding. Probably if you go now here, and if we refresh this highlighted one, unknown version connected refused, this should be vanished. See here, now it is saying version 239. Okay, now it has connected. Now in a similar way, go to this particular machine. Okay, this is a virtual machine. Now again here, first of all, let us observe what is the version of the Firefox here. Here, the version of the Firefox here in this machine is 16.0.1. Okay, why it is downloading them? No. See here, it is saying an update. We'll see what it is going to. But however, if you observe here, the version of this Firefox here 16.01. Okay. Now here again we will open the command prompt. Okay. Here we are going to use this one. So here also we need to download this Selenium server. In the machine where we want to use the this node, wherever we want to create the node, there also we should have the Selenium. We need to download the Selenium server. Probably I think I have downloaded it here. Let's see, here I have Selenium. Okay. Now see here I have downloaded the Selenium server, this particular file. Okay. So first cd space this particular location. So we navigated to this particular folder. Now here, for creating a node 1 here, yep. Now see here, if you observe here browser name is browser Firefox, version, maximum instance, platform, and here hub host, system. Can you all agree here, after this hub host I have mentioned SYS. Can you guess why I have mentioned SYS? And here in the previous case, if you remember here in the place of hub host here, I mentioned localhost. Any guesses why I have mentioned localhost here and why I am going to mention 1 minute. Yep, see here, if you observe the difference between this and this. Yep, any guesses? Yep, that's correct, Harita. Because here, the first node that we have created, that we have opened here in this machine itself. So we are saying that localhost. It means the hub is available in this machine itself. Okay. But whereas here, this node we are trying to create, we are trying to create this node here in the this virtual machine is different. So from this machine to we are trying to establish a connection from this machine to this machine, the original machine here, and that too for this hub. Okay, I'm trying to establish a connection from the virtual machine to this. Okay, now that is the reason here we are mentioning here hub system SYC. SYS means it is the name of my system. Okay, SYS means here if you go to this, if you go to properties of my system, the name of the system would be SYS here. So actually I'm giving here, it's here. Can you observe here? The name of the system is SYS. Okay. So that is the reason here I'm giving the system SYS. Okay. So 1 minute, let me write it back. Yeah. So here let us copy all these things. Okay. Now let me go to this virtual machine. Now again, before creating this node, how many things we have? We have only one browser version that is available. It is showing, right? Now if you go here and if you execute this command, now it is adding one more thing, adding browser name and all. Now if you go to this hub now, if you refresh, registering the node. Yep, now it is registered. Let me refresh. Now can you see here? Here you can observe one more option here. Earlier we had this option only. Now you can observe this. Now here you have WebDriver and this version. Okay. So if you want to execute your script on 28, you can execute on 28. Okay. If you want to execute on your Firefox 16, you can execute Firefox 16. Not only this, you can configure multiple browsers, multiple versions, multiple operating systems. So Selenium Grid is like a hub, as I said. Here it is going to show all these nodes. Say if I have in this virtual machine, if I have some Linux, Mac, say I have all those operating systems, those can be shown over here. Okay. Now to follow the same procedure. Okay. Now see here. Now we'll go to the Selenium script. Now we have to customize a bit of our Selenium script. So for that, This is the logic over here. Now there is a concept called Selenium desired capabilities. Let me explain about this, then we'll go for the script. Okay. Here there is a concept called desired capabilities, that is a class which is available here in Selenium WebDriver. Okay. Basically by using Selenium WebDriver, by using desired capabilities, we can customize, or we can configure. We can say that I want to execute on so and so browser, I want to execute on so and so machine, I want to execute on so and so version of the browser. It means, say here in the hub, what we have as of now, we have two browsers available. One browser is 28th version, one browser is 16th version, right? Now here from the Selenium script itself, we can point on which browser that we want to execute. That can be achievable by using something called desired capabilities. It means by using desired capabilities, we will mention that I want to execute on so and so browser on so and so version. Okay, automatically, and so and so platform also. Automatically, it is going to be pick that particular machine, whatever the machine that is available with that configuration, it is going to pick and it is going to execute. Okay, one thing. The other thing is not only for this option, the other use of the desired capabilities is, if you remember in Internet Explorer, if you want to execute our scripts on Internet Explorer, I said you need to configure Internet Explorer options, right? Did you remember that option? That enable protected mode. I said if you want to execute the scripts on Internet Explorer, first of all you have to make sure two things. What is the one of them? Did you remember? I said if you want to execute Selenium scripts on Internet Explorer, there are two things that we have to take care. One is the security. Here in the Internet option, under security, we have to make sure that this option is enabled. If it is if this checkbox is enabled, it should be enabled for all these options here. Okay, for these four options here, this checkbox is enabled, or it either enable or disable. It can be either enabled or disabled. But the thing is, here for four of the options, it should be seen. Okay, for these four of the options, it should be seen. Okay, so sometimes we may forget it, right? Sometimes we may forget it. So this kind of option we can automatically configure from the script itself. Okay, because it is one of the desired like we want to open Internet Explorer with this particular setting, right? So this setting automatically we can configure from the Selenium script itself by using something called desired capabilities. Okay, by using desired capabilities, we can automatically configure this setting. Okay. And what is the other thing that I said that you have to take care in while executing in Internet Explorer? That we have to use Internet Explorer driver that to open that. Okay. Did you remember something called zoom level? What is the zoom percentage that we have to use in Internet Explorer while executing the scripts? Yeah, 100. You have to use 100% of the zoom level. It should not be less than, it should not be greater than. Okay, that two things that we have discussed while in multiple browsers executions. Yeah. However, now let me open our eBay example here. Here we have eBay without recording, right? Okay, now let me do one thing. Let me create a new script here. I'm saying Selenium grid. Okay, here let me copy this logic. Now here in the place of this Firefox driver, it was like a straightforward, right? Earlier, it's straightforward, it was opening the Firefox. But now where we want to open the Firefox? And moreover, I know here the thing is, first from our Selenium script. Okay, let me show a small picture here. So this is a Selenium grid. Okay. Now what we have done so far. No. Okay, so this is the Selenium grid. Okay, now here so far we have created two nodes. Okay, here is one node and here is one node. Okay, and we have node 1, node 2. Now here node 1 is containing Firefox 26th version, right? And here Firefox version. I think in the machine I have Firefox 28 version. Okay, node 1 contains the Firefox 28, node 1 has the Firefox 16. Now here we have the Eclipse, here we have the Selenium script. Okay, earlier what we used to do, in earlier cases, in the Selenium script itself, we will directly open this Firefox, right? Okay. Now what we have to do, if you want to open this this browser, or if you want to open this browser, we have to connect first from Selenium script to, we have to connect to the Selenium grid. From the Selenium grid, it will automatically choose based on the versions that you have mentioned over here. Okay, I hope you are getting what I'm saying. In the other case, in the Selenium script itself, we were opening this Firefox or Internet Explorer directly. But now, if I want to open Firefox 28 version here, okay, now I have to open from the Selenium grid. Okay, from the Selenium script, we have to connect from the Selenium script to the Selenium grid. Okay, so this can be achievable like this. There is something called remote web driver. Okay, we have discussed about Firefox, we have discussed about Internet Explorer, we have discussed about Chrome, this different browsers, right? In a similar way, there is some driver called remote web driver. Okay, by using this remote web driver from the Selenium script, we can connect from the Selenium script to the Selenium grid, and in the Selenium grid, it will automatically decide based on the versions that we want to execute. Okay. Now here, now let me make it as web driver. Even this also works. However, let me put the logic from here. So this is the example for the desired capabilities. Here we don't require this as of now. Okay, we have to import this. I was talking about an Internet Explorer. We wanted to configure the security setting, right? That we can automatically achieve by using this. Okay, so by using these three lines, you don't need to manually this in the Internet Explorer, this protected mode. This can be configured here. Okay, here this is a protected mode. This is going to be set. This is going to be true for all the 4 options. Showing this right. For these 4, this is going to be true. Okay, so that is going to be automatically configured here. Okay, So, however, which is not required. So, basically, this is the desired capabilities. Here, by using this, we are creating the instance for the Internet Explorer here, and then we are configuring it, set capability. Okay. So, not only this, there are so many other options for each browser level. We have different. For Internet Explorer, we have some set of options. For Firefox, we have some set of options. For Chrome, we have some set of options. Basically, if you really want to look into those options, and if you come across any situation like that, basically you can go for this desired capabilities source location. I will show where we can find this. Okay, I will show in the next session. You can see this desired capabilities related methods and all. Now, this is the logic. So, give me a minute. Here, O browser, right? Now, see here. Earlier case, we were directly writing this one Firefox driver. Okay. Earlier case, we had this line just to open the browser. Give a minute. Let me. Yeah. So in the earlier case, we had a simple line where we can directly execute. Will directly open the Firefox. But now see here, as we wanted to open a particular specific Firefox version, because here we have multiple versions available here in the grid. Okay, here 28th version is available, 16th version is available. So on which version that you want to execute? So here first I am creating this one. I am creating an object for desired capabilities, and here we have to mention what is the browser and what is the version. So first of all, let me give the 28.0. Okay. So now it is automatically going to pick my local machine, and it is going to execute on the local machine. And what is our platform? I mean, what is the operating system? It is a Windows, right? So I'm mentioning Windows. And here we have to give the location of the this WebDriver. Sorry, Selenium Grid. Here WebDriver or browser, remote WebDriver. I said here Firefox driver, which automatically opens the Firefox. But here we have to connect to the Selenium Grid, right? We can connect to the Selenium Grid from this remote WebDriver, and here we have to give the URL of the grid here. Yeah, this should be localhost. Okay, and here probably it is R266. That's it. Basically, from this Selenium script, as I said here, from this Selenium script, we are connecting to the grid. Okay, how we are connecting? By using this logic. By using this logic, we are connecting. Once it connects, what it has to do, what it has to select, what it has to select, it should select either 16th browser or it should select 20th version that we have mentioned over here. Okay, and this particular object we have sent, we have used over here in this over here. Okay, the only difference between the earlier and here is these lines. Okay, and if you really understand this concept, and even these lines also does not matter, it may not be painful. Now I'll try to execute this. Now if you execute this, what it has to do, it has to execute on my local machine here. Come on. Now see here, now basically it connects to the WebDriver, and from the WebDriver it will pick the browser where we have 28 version. Okay, that 28 version may be available here and the other machine. So wherever it is available in that machine, it is going to execute the script. Okay. We'll observe it. It's not doing any error. As far as I remember, yeah. See here, can you observe here? Now this is disabled. It means now this particular configuration in use. Okay. If you observe here, there is a difference between this logo and this logo, right? This is disabled. Okay. It is executing here. It is going to execute over here. See here, if you observe here, browser name version 28, it has picked this particular script, trying to create a new session and test start maximum instance. Even here, we should be able to see the script name. It is not opening the browser. No, actually, this will not take this much time. It's like a normal way. Even it is not throwing any error here, and you could not see any browser. Is it executing anything over here in the? No, it is not going to execute here because no, here also it is not executing. What it is doing? Okay, now it seems now it is open. It's a bit slow, maybe probably this because of my machine. Basically, it will not take this much time. Now, can you observe here? It is a Selenium WebDriver. Now it is opening the browser and it's going to do a search here in my local machine. Okay. Okay, now it is done. Okay, let me close this browser. I think I did not write the logic to close the browser. Yeah. Now see here, see previously it was updating, right? We'll see whether really it got updated or not. Here now we'll try to execute on this virtual machine, on this so-and-so Firefox. No, I don't want to update, right? Oh, it is automatically got updated. Here also we have 28.0 version. So obviously it is going to choose one of the machine here. Now if we refresh, we have registered as 16.0, right? We'll give it a try. We'll give it a try on this. But not sure. It was automatically got updated here. Now see here I'm saying 16.0.1, right? That's it. Now see here, the remaining things are same. Like it is a Firefox, it is a Windows operating system, and it has to connect to the Selenium grid. Now it will connect to the Selenium grid. Okay, it will connect to the Selenium grid, and here this thing has to be now see here, this got disabled, and this should be enabled. Why is behaving like this? Probably we did not use this driver.quit, right? Probably because of that. Not sure. Actually, it should be here. This should be enabled and this should be disabled now. Now this is disabled. That is okay. Let's see here. Can you observe here? It is opening ebay.com. Actually, we have registered it as a 16.01, but still it is executing. It as we have a Firefox browser, it's still executing. Now, can you see here? It is executing in my virtual machine. Okay, the execution is happening in the virtual machine. So, like this, we can execute a script. I mean, we can have a scripts in one machine, and we can execute on Linux. We can execute on any combination, Opera, Linux, whatever the combination that you want to execute. You can execute on any combination. Okay, just you have to create the nodes. Okay. It's straightforward, just a kind of a confusion. Only thing is, first you have to download this file, create a hub, and create the nodes. Whatever the flavors of the nodes that you want, you can create the nodes. Okay. So only is you have to, while creating the node, you have to mention what is the browser version, what is the browser name, what is the browser version, and what is the platform that you are using. Okay, you have to make sure that those are the facts. Those are the correct details. Okay. After that, in the place of the instant, in the place of opening the browser, you can use this particular logic. Okay. Yep. Any questions on this concept? Any questions over here?
H2K Infosys provides world-class online IT training, staffing, and software testing solutions to customers worldwide. H2K Infosys, how we are different from our competitors. 100% job-oriented training, hands-on project work, cloud test lab, resume preparation and review, mock interviews, robust syllabus, one-time fee and lifetime access to classes, access to recorded sessions of live classes. H2K Infosys has won the trust of thousands of students worldwide. For a free demo class, visit us at h2kinfosys.com.